Looking for Transformers in Tokyo? I visited dozens of stores across all the city, and I've put together a map of the best places to find everything from the latest releases to vintage collectibles. Hello, I'm burning some time and welcome to my channel. There are 3 major spots to visit: Akihabara, Nakano, and Shibuya. To make things easier, I've marked every location on the map and also added on the video description. The pink markers are stores with huge selection and rare finds, while the blue markers are bonus locations. They have a few Transformers, but they're still worth visiting if you have time. Our first stop is Yamashiroya, right next to Ueno Station. It's one of Tokyo's most famous toy stores, and even though it only has a few Transformers, they are usually recent releases. On this visit there wasn't anything particularly special, so I ended up taking photos of cartoonish Transformers stickers and another toy line similar to Transformers called Tomika Hero Series. That said, this store is still worth visiting. Toy variety is amazing, and you'll find Gundam, Super Mario, Kirby, Minecraft, blind boxes, and countless other figures spread across multiple floors. Even though if you're not living with a Transformer, you're probably living with something else. Next stop is Red Mercury, and it's my top recommendation. The building entrance is narrow, but you'll recognize it by the red sign outside. Now let me warn you, finding the store is only the beginning. The real challenge is climbing it all the way to the 3rd floor. Once you finally get there, you're rewarded with what I consider Transformers Heaven. In my opinion, this is the best place to find Transformers in Tokyo. Aside from blocky products that seem to be on sale everywhere nowadays, this store has plenty of hard to find items, including vintage figures and out of production releases. And of course, also the latest releases as well. Now we jump to Non-Stop, which sadly closed in May. I only found out while making this video, but I'm still mentioning it in the hope that it may reopen in the future. It was known for having great Transformers selections, including new releases and third-party figures, as well as one of the most unusual opening schedules, only twice a week. It's always sad to see collector-focused stores disappear, but thankfully, there's still plenty of alternatives out there. And now looking back, I kinda regret not buying more, but my luggage was already full. If you have time, you can check out Tamtam Hobby Shop. The real focus of this store is model kits, so if you're into Gundam, military models, trains, or model building in general, you'll have a great time. You can also find some interesting Transformers here, like for example train bots, which are not easy to find, or other Transformers that are scattered around the store like Monster Hunter Collab. Next stop is Jungle. This is my second favorite spot in Akihabara when it comes to fine Transformers. The selection is mind-blowing. You'll find second-hand figures, third-party, vintage figures, new releases, and even discontinued products. The inventory changes constantly, which means every visit can be different. Close to jungle, we have Mandarake Complex. As expected from Mandarake, the focus here is mostly on vintage and second-hand collectibles. The condition of the second-hand items is usually surprisingly good, and collectors will definitely find some interesting pieces here. However, compared to other Mandarake locations, I feel this branch isn't the strongest for Transformers. Personally, I think Shibuya and Nakano offer a better selection. On the other side of the main road, we have BicCamera. The building is massive and extremely easy to spot. While Transformers are only a small part of what this store sells, you'll usually find the latest retail releases here. Every now and then, you might come across something special. On my visit, for example, they had the Zoids collaboration Shield D Prime, which is an expensive masterpiece. While you're there, take some time to explore the rest of the building as well. You never know what you might come across, and it's well worth the visit. Another famous Akihabara landmark is Radio Kaikan. Depending on the floor you visit, you'll find completely different products, from figures, trading card games, collectibles to hobby items. You can find some Transformers here, along with blockies and Beast Box products, but overall I wouldn't consider it a major destination specifically for Transformers collectors. Unfortunately, I forgot to note the exact floor where I found them, so you might need to do a little exploring. And the final stop in Akihabara, Yodobashi Akiba. Similar to BicCamera, you'll mostly find the latest Transformers releases here, such as figures from the Age of the Primes line. One thing that makes Yodobashi stand out is that sometimes displays upcoming Transformers figures. During my visit, they had a preview of the next figure from the Overgear line, which is Optimus Prime, that by now has already been released. They also advertised about the Chill D Prime as well. This is one of the few places where you can also find robots and Transformers. They also have Shinkan Leon line, also created by Takara Tomy. They are inspired in real Japanese Shinkansen trains, and the Tomika Hero series. You can also find Beast Box toys. They are not exactly Transformers, but they also transform. Now let's leave Akihabara and head to Shibuya. The entrance isn't immediately obvious. You'll need to head down a long staircase into the basement, and it almost feels like you're descending into an hidden cave. At the bottom, you're greeted by a maze of collectibles that definitely are worth exploring. In my opinion, Mandarake Shibuya is a much better stop for Transformers collectors than the Akihabara branch. Although, I may have just been unlucky since Mandarake's inventory is constantly changing. The store has a large selection of vintage figures and second-hand items, making it a great place to search for older releases that disappeared from the retail years ago. And finally, let's visit Nakano for our last two spots. If you arrive by train, get through the north exit. You'll find yourself in Nakano Sun Mall, a long covered shopping street filled with restaurants, cafes, bakeries, clothing stores, arcades, pharmacies, and all kinds of local shops. Just walk through it until you reach Nakano Broadway. From this point on, I really recommend exploring every single shop, but for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna focus only on two that are filled with Transformer goodies. First, Mandarake Nakano. The concept is exactly the same as the other Mandarake stores. You will find vintage, second-handed, and discontinued Transformers. If you're looking for something that hasn't been available for years, this is exactly the place you want to explore. Just keep in mind that there are several Mandarake stores in Nakano Broadway, each with different themes and products. And now our final store, Robot. This store has one of the most balanced selections you'll find anywhere in Tokyo. New releases, second-hand figures, vintage collectibles, and out-of-production Transformers all can be found here. And if you have been watching until now, I have a bonus stop just for you. This isn't a Transformer store, but I still wanted to include it as a bonus recommendation. Akiba Robolabo Meetup. It's a robotics community space where you can see cutting-edge robots like the robots and Transformers, electric mobility gadgets, and prototype technology. Depending on when you visit, they also host hands-on experience, workshops, and special events. They even have their own non-official Transformer. To wrap up this video, here's a ranking of all stores I visited based on quality, quantity and variety of Transformers available at each store. I created it as a guide for anyone who's short on time or only has a few days to explore Tokyo. That said, I want to make one thing clear: every store featured in this video is worth visiting. Each one has something unique to offer, whether it's figures, model kits, collectibles or items you simply won't find anywhere else. If you know any other great Transformer shops in Tokyo, please share them in the comments. I'll be sure to check them out on my next visit, and together we can make this guide even better. I'm burning some time, and thanks for watching.